Baku speaking. Hello dear listeners. You are tuned into Azerbaijan International Radio. We are starting our English broadcast from the capital Baku. Welcome you to our analytic program. I'm your host Elçin Mirzayev. Armenia has also committed ecological terror in Azerbaijan. In addition to its occupation policy against Azerbaijan, Armenia has also carried out ecological terror. It has caused serious damage to biodiversity, flora and fauna, specially protected nature reserves and sanctuaries. Large areas have been set on fire, water resources have been polluted, and forests rich in valuable tree species have been destroyed. As a result of the deliberate exploitation of underground and surface resources, the ecological balance in Karabakh and Eastern Zangezur has been disrupted, and an international ecological crime has been committed against the region's ecosystem. In doing so, Armenia has violated international environmental conventions it is party to, including the United Nations Conventions on the Prohibition of Military or any other hostile use of environmental modification techniques. It shall be noted that Armenia's mine terror continues to this day. Innocent civilians are either killed or injured. The most dangerous aspect is that these mines have been planted chaotically. That is, there are mines that were planted irregularly during combat or by different groups. In total, over 1.5 million mines have been planted by Armenians in our lands. About 12% of the country's territory is contaminated with mines and unexploded ordnance. Thus, Armenia has committed both ecological and war crimes against Azerbaijan. Against this backdrop, it seems absurd that Armenian Prime Minister Nikol Pashinyan has spoken recently about ecosystem protection ahead of the International Day for Biological Diversity on May 22nd. Shamelessly, he attempted to portray his country as an environmental guardian. He stated that Armenia values the key role of the United Nations Convention on Biological Diversity, its protocols, and the coming Montreal Global Biodiversity Framework as the foundation of global efforts to conserve biodiversity and ensure sustainable use and sharing of natural resources. He also noted that Armenia, as the host and chair of the 17th Conference of the Parties to the United Nations Convention on Biological Diversity in 2026, is striving to make significant contributions toward achieving the set goals. According to the Ministry of Ecology and Natural Resources of Azerbaijan, during the years of occupation, tens of thousands of hectares of forest were destroyed, more than 60,000 hectares in Kelbajar, Lachin, Zangilan and Shusha districts alone. The loss of biodiversity and worsening erosion process have increased the risk of landslides. Due to deforestation and the burning of shrubs, numerous species of partridges, falcons, and other birds listed in the Red Book have been wiped out. Our forests have also been destroyed due to illegal logging. It should be recalled that the Kızılbulak gold copper deposit, located in the Agdara district, is one of the most promising mining areas in Azerbaijan. Until the 1990s, geological exploration and excavation works in this region were carried out directly by Azerbaijani Geological Services. After the occupation of Karabakh by Armenia, the exploitation of the Kızılbulak, Mehmana and Heyvalı deposits was taken over by the Volux group led by Armenian Vartan Sürmakis. This company and its affiliates plundered the natural resources of Karabakh, earning hundreds of millions of dollars. Armenia's environmental crimes don't end there. They have consistently polluted our water resources as well. According to the Monitoring Department of the Ministry of Ecology and Natural Resources, hundreds of thousands of tons of acidic wastewater, heavy metal salts, and other waste from the Megri, Kajaran, Kapan, and Dastarek. Dastarek nə deyir? Niyə lazım deyə bunları cümlə hamısını tərcümə edib qoymuşsa buraya. According to the Monitoring Department of the Ministry of Ecology and Natural Resources, hundreds of thousands of tons of acidic wastewater, heavy metal salts and other waste from the Megri, Kajaran, Kapan and Dastakert mining complexes are discharged into the Okçuçay River, a tributary of the Aras. The levels of heavy metals such as copper, molybdenum, cadmium and arsenic in the water have been many times higher than the maximum allowable limit. The polluted river flows into the Aras. The only source of water for the villages along the Aras River is the river and the artisan wells. The only source of water for the villages along the Aras River is the Aras River and the artesian wells. The increase in natural pollution of the environment has ultimately negatively impacted the gene pool of living organisms in the region. Finally, it should be mentioned that as a result of the patriotic war in 2020 and the anti-terror operations in 2023, Azerbaijan's territorial integrity and sovereignty have been fully restored. The end of the occupation marks not only the restoration of sovereignty and justice, but also the beginning of a new phase, the return of life and the rule of law to these territories.